Hi, it's Dr. Sharon DeHope, and I'm talking about quantum leaping. Yes, the reason this is so important is because we are really taught to go slowly, to follow the steps, to go to school, finish high school, then go on to college, get a major, then you go into a career where you're going to work 40 plus hours a week, and it takes time to get promoted, and it takes time to get a master's, and you just follow along. I did that myself. I got my first 2-year degree. I had a job as a lab technician. Then I went back to school. I got my degree in nutrition because I was really, really passionate about what I was eating way back before it became a thing to do. And there wasn't much you could do as a nutritionist back then. So then I continued going to school, and then I decided to go into chiropractic. So that was a huge, huge commitment on my part, but I was determined. So I kept a very one day a week job in my career and went back to school, giving up my full time job. But I knew I was going towards something really, really big. And even though when I graduated, I wasn't married, I didn't have children yet. So everything seemed really great. But then fast forward to when I had my children, I saw that I was still going to be trading time for money. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted this freedom. I wanted time freedom. So I was looking for a way to quantum leap what I really wanted. Because sometimes you think you know what you want because that's what society tells you, that you want all these things. But then when your life changes and it expands, for me, it was having a family. I didn't want this, and this was many years ago. So I wanted to be an entrepreneur where I could set my hours and be with my children. So I started doing a lot of development, personal development, and I came upon some coaches who talked about how you can get what you want by merely writing it down, saying it every day, and believing it can happen quickly. Because we think that we have to, true, if you want to go run a marathon, you do have to build yourself up for it. But it doesn't have to take you 5 years to do that, right? If you really put your mind to it, you can quantum leap yourself if you do all the right things, and you have to figure out what those things are. And if you want to quantum leap your business and your life, then you need to know what is it that can change in you. And what that is simple mindset change. And that's why I love mindset coaching, because really, if you listen across the board to athletes, to people on diets, weight loss challenges, many, many things, it's always going to start in your mind. And even if you want to be better at anything, it starts in your mind, and you can quantum leap what you desire. So it doesn't have to take you very long to make decisions about what it is that you really want from your life if you just write them down and think about what action steps can I take that can fast forward me towards what it is that I desire. And I know for me, my top priority was to be able to spend a lot of time with my kids. I even detoured and left my practice, and because I was working nights and weekends, and then I became a teacher, and I thought, oh, well, this could be the answer. But it wasn't, because I didn't want to be an employee, which I'm sure that resonates with so many of you, because being an employee, you have so many rules. You have to clock in, you have to clock out for lunch, clock in and stay late. And there were so many hours that were extra for a teacher, which I did not realize how hard they work. And kudos to all those teachers, because it was really a lot of work, and it is really goes unnoticed. So when I started in some coaching programs and realized, as I became a life coach and really invested in myself, I learned how it's just a simple thing that you can really see yourself as whatever it is: a coach, a podcaster, a YouTuber, an author. I decided I wanted to be an author. And because I wrote it down, it was on my vision board, which is over there. I wrote it down. And then the opportunity just came to me. It came to me with a phone call. And then a few months later, another phone call, another email message. Did I want to participate? So I was a two-time best-selling author in 1 year, and it just happened. And it can happen to you too, but you have to have the mindset. You have to open your belief system that it's easy, that it can happen. If I can do it, you can do it. It's really that simple. Some of the other things that are great examples of this are, you know, remember when people were microwaving foods like crazy? I remember we had a microwave, we were microwaving, and then all of a sudden the reports came out that microwaving plastic is so dangerous and not healthy. Immediately, I stopped doing that. And we rarely even use our microwave now. But the point is, you can make a decision, an instantaneous decision based on one piece of information. I was using almond milk, and then I heard that almond milk was not as good as coconut milk. This is what I read. And I immediately stopped using almond milk and went to coconut milk. And I actually did like it a lot better, but I feel that that's a better choice for me. But in just one reading, 1 minute, split second, you can have faith that what you read is going to change your life in such a big way. And it did. So, another thing that really can change your mind about this is just think about anything that you've heard, how it can just change your mind immediately, right? I mean, we often put children in cars with car seats, and then the car seats became better, and then we stopped using the ones we did, and then we had the new ones that come out. The plastic Tupperware was another example. They said that, storing your food in plastic leaches plastic into the food. And I know we're very conscious of that right now. So many people, including myself, got rid of all my plastic Tupperware, and now I store everything in glass containers. So this is what's so exciting, that if you could switch your mindset just like that because of something that you read that was scientific or put on the news or on social media, you could change so many things about your own belief system. Find out what you're passionate about, write it down, and take some action. And then you could just see it. Like if you really, really wanted a brand new car, go to the dealership, sit in it, take a picture of you in the car, picture outside the car. And who knows, maybe instead of it taking you 3 to 5 years, you can find a way to get it, whether it's through a network marketing company, getting a raise at your company, starting a new business and it takes off. I mean, there are so many ways that these things can happen, but you have to be open to believing that anything is possible and that you are worthy of change and worthy of believing in yourself. So I will see you next time, and we will talk more about how you can quantum leap your future to get your desired life. See you next time.